Yo. Love or hate Arknights Endfield, Hypergriff, the gacha, the characters, the story, the world, whatever. You cannot deny a win when it happens. And Hypergriff, Arknights Endfield, definitely obtained one with this. This is a big win. This is a big move for them. We're going to go ahead and take a look at everything that they just revealed. This is their very first devs listened moment. In the very first devs listened moment for Arknights Endfield, it has been confirmed that we're getting not only a free standard 6-star selector, but they are making alterations and overhauls to the entire game. Quality of life improvements that players have been wanting since the game released. And admittedly, the game just released like 2 weeks ago, so it admittedly has not really been that long. Either way, we have our first official devs listen moment. This is huge. Arknights Endfield are giving away a free 6-star selector. Let's go ahead here and take a look at everything that is going to be offered and everything we have to look forward to. Yes, that was very loud. I'm so sorry. Ever since the official release of Arknights Endfield, Talos 2 has welcomed numerous explorers and builders of boundless passion, intellect, and the spirit of altruism. That's me. They're talking about me, by the way. Together, administrators from all across the world have filled the world of Endfield with life and riches. As of February 1st, 2026... Okay, these are just stats. 42 billion meters, 23 million shared facilities have received repairs. Nice. Okay, to make the team creation easier for administrators and improve the early game experience in combat and exploration, all administrators who complete the main mission, Chapter 1, Process 1, Break the Siege, shall receive a progress reward. A 6-star selector. Use this permit to designate and acquire one of the 6-star operators featured in the basic headhunting banner. So the characters listed are, as you could see, Ardelia, Poggy, Last Right, Ember, and Lifong. This item will be delivered by mail who have completed, for administrators who've completed the prerequisites on February 5th, so that is tomorrow. Meanwhile, during the last 2 weeks, the project team has received plenty of valuable suggestions from multiple channels, including surveys, customer support, feedback, and community discussions. We've referenced these suggestions as well as the administrators' in-game behavioral data to improve the in-game content. The previous update optimized the claiming of AIC factory simulation rewards and reduced the stats or resistances of certain enemies. In addition to these tweaks, we hope that our dev comms will provide timely and comprehensive updates and optimizations on optimizations that are ready to go, as well as those in the works for future updates. Here are the optimizations ready to go. Enemy stat optimization, improve administrators' exploration experience. We have lowered enemy levels at various exploration levels, including at level 6, enemy levels have been reduced from 60 to 55. The post-adjustment level 55 enemies drop the same loot as the pre-adjustment level 60 enemies. This will make them weaker and less spongy, which is good, I think. Exploration level 7 enemy level is reduced from 70 to 60. They continue to drop the same loot as the pre-adjustment level 70 enemies. Again, I think the normal enemies out in the world, that's a fine adjustment to make as long as they don't reduce the health or the damage or the difficulty of the boss monsters specifically. Early game operator progression support. Administrators who reach authority level 16, 17, and 18 will directly receive a number of ferrum components for assembling blue quality gear. Okay, that's actually really cool to help you with the crafting of gear in the early stages of the game. Administrators who reach authority levels 28, 29, and 30 will directly receive a number of crystal components for assembling purple quality gear. Yo, this is actually really good. This is very thoughtful for new players. Upon reaching each of the authority levels listed above, administrators will receive enough components to assemble 4 pieces of gear of the listed quality. Okay, so they provided you the option to craft gear for one character, though. This will improve combat experience before administrators construct and develop their AIC factories. Administrators who have already reached the listed authority levels shall receive compensation items via the in-game mail. So we're just going to get them as an additive. That's actually really cool. AIC control or AIC factory control optimizations. A feature to quickly switch all selected facilities on or off has been added to top view mode. Okay, that's cool. So make it easier for administrators to quickly allocate power resources doing low power. Y'all get to low power? Oh my god. Map experience optimizations. Distribution of nearby enemies for several TP points, rare material gathering sites, and mining spots on the map have been adjusted to improve the admin's experience when setting up AIC facilities in these locations. The distribution of nearby enemies. So they're making it easy. Okay. I mean, that's good. That's good too. Other optimizations. Adjusted difficulty designs for a number of percussive devices. These will be released on February 5th at 8 a.m. to 8:10 a.m. in a small update. Several optimizations in the works for future updates. This is where it gets big because this could make or break the next update. This This could set up excitement or reduce excitement. Based on long-term monitoring of in-game data and feedback from our community, we'll continue to work on various optimizations for future updates. Most of these changes will be released with the next 2 updates. They include but are not limited to the following: resource allocation and experience optimization, adding more early game headhunting resources and sources, adding more early game headhunting, more polls, adding more polls to early game. That's big. Holy, I did not expect that. So they did listen. They did. Free 10 poll, the adjustment or increase of headhunting acquisition. So more resources and sources, the source of them themselves, how you go about obtaining them. Adding more sources of AIC quota as players have reflected the limited amount of AIC quota available during early game. Optimizing several tasks in the operational manual. Okay. That's, I mean, depends on how they go about that. Optimizing protocol spaces for materials. Players can now challenge the protocol spaces with their team at max HP. Okay. I think it should also, like, you should enter with the max ult charge for every character too. Time to re-roll. Now for the AIC factory. Optimizing the display of shared facilities and cutscenes. Optimizing the management of shared facilities so that they can be deleted directly from the map screen. Okay, that's big. Optimizing the quick stash logic of filled bottles. Optimizing the UI so that players' own zipline facilities can be better distinguished from shared zipline facilities. Adding the mini-map during ziplining to improve navigation. Okay, that's actually kind of good. Increasing the max zoom out of top view mode. Oh, that's gonna be big. Yeah, the one size fits all current perspective is definitely too limiting as the base gets bigger. Adding a feature on PC that lets players exit top view mode by pressing the escape key. I do that all the time. I always forget that it's caps lock, dude. So I hit caps lock to enter it, and then I hit escape to try and exit, and it brings up the menu. And I'm like, fuck. Allowing AIC facility construction outside the core AIC. Allowing your AIC facility construction while not being in the core AIC area. Oh, that's actually kind of big. You do it too? You do it as well? It's annoying as hell? God, I'm not the only one. Oh my god. Optimizing the display of completed simulations and adding engraved medals for completing simulations. That's actually a nice improvement. Interactions and quality of life. Optimizing the acceptance of new missions after mission completion to improve the clarity of mission guidance and navigation. Adding tips for missions that can unlock new areas. That is important. Definitely important. Optimizing the mail cache. Rare gatherables can now go to the mail cache and directly move to the depot once claimed. Oh, that's fantastic. Optimizing the appearance and frequencies of red dot reminders so they become less intrusive. I prefer caps already adapted to it. Well, they didn't say they're removing it. They said they're adding the option of so when you hit escape, it also does it. So escape, caps lock, escape, escape, caps lock, breaks monitor. We did that, we did. Optimizing the display of materials left in rare gathering sites. Optimizing the controller experience, making controller button remapping more comprehensive. That's going to be great for players that play on controller. A friend of mine, Jenazad, plays on controller as an example. Adding a quick claim feature for cabin products and an auto production setup feature for production cabins aboard the Dijon. That's big. Adding a quick claim feature for clues and an auto clue placement feature for the reception room aboard the Dijon. Quick claim as an additive for anything is awesome. And I think will be well received by everyone. Adding a remote quick claim feature for recycling stations that becomes available after meeting certain criteria. Okay. And for combat, optimizing visual cues and effects that appear when enemies are about to attack to make it easier to dodge, I guess. Optimizing teammate support and picking up drops and loot. They're making it easier. So one of the things that a lot of players have complained about, they need a better looting feature. And I guess this right here is just them doing that, right? There you go. Your teammates are going to do better when it comes to drops and loot. Optimizing teammates' following actions, movement paths, and collision effects. Okay, and optimizing the logic for exiting battles. I mean, I got nothing to say about that. I have no idea. It's been fine for me. We hope that the aforementioned optimizations and changes will give our administrators a better gaming experience. Other improvements are also in the works. We'll constantly reference our administrators' feedback and suggestions in the future. We'll continue to use dev comms as a means to convey and introduce our latest optimizations. This is awesome, chat. This is great. We get a free 6-star selector. We have reduced sponginess for enemies. We have lots of quality of life improvements. We are going to receive more headhunting options, sources, resources. They're going to be quick claims. There are going to be tons of optimizations for the factory and just various quality of life improvements for a lot of world activities and everything. This is a great improvement and a big W for Arknights Endfield. So a lot of people are just looking at it like, wow, the 6-star selector, so cool. And that's what I thought too. But reading through their article, this is so much freaking more. And I cannot wait to see everything the game introduces and how the game goes about improving exponentially, because you know it's going to. You know, they only go up from here, chat. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.